Well, there's a long ball through, and
oh my God, an insane goal! I've just seen the
play ball.
So it's not that. That's not what wins you the NBA Finals. It is the smallest edge that wins someone the NBA Finals. And because all these dumb talking heads never done it, they don't understand it. Even the one that has done it don't act like he's done it because he's an idiot and a moron and wasn't really that good of a player. And so I'm talking about Kendrick Perkins, by the way.
Oh, go ahead. Do your little intro.
Like dumb upset at myself right now. Like, how the hell did I start this show off that we're supposed to be talking about NBA analysts and their trash takes without the best comeback from a player about an NBA player and about an NBA analyst and his fucking trash ass take? How did I do that?
You tell me, bro.
I salvaged it though. I was like, hold on.
You did.
The title is NBA analysts and their trash takes. Come to the front of the class, Kendrick Perkins, because what the fuck? Do you want to take this?
I'll take this one because he pissed me off. Like, and the thing is though. Oh, by the way, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Earth2SportsTalk and all that good stuff. Yeah, we're gonna get straight into the bullshit.
Facts.
But this one is one that normally I stop watching most of these NBA shows, like these sports shows. I stopped watching most of them because I realized that what we do here, we do a better job analyzing stuff here and discussing them here than these guys do on ESPN, Fox Sports, and all these other sports shows. I'm like, you guys are idiots. I mean, I know you guys are doing it for ratings because you got to be doing it for ratings with some of these takes. And the most recent one I want to talk about is Kendrick Perkins and his trash take. And this one is his trash take on the Warriors. He said earlier today, because I think Kendrick Perkins, not Kendrick Perkins, Clay had said that, like I think when they played against Memphis the other night, and somebody had mentioned to him, and Clay did something like he was like, "Yo, count 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 rings type of stuff like that." Not one, not two, not three, like 4 rings. And we're not even talking about 4 rings for his career. We're talking about 4 rings so far because we don't know what the rest of his career holds. We're talking about 4 rings in the last 8 years. In the last 8 championships, they got 4 of them, right? And Kendrick Perkins, and his go on ESPN, and what did he say? They didn't stop counting those 4 rings and start competing. This is the same idiot Kendrick Perkins that last year said that the Warriors had no chance of 2 years ago. Yes. I think 2 years ago he said they had 0 chance of ever going back to to the playoff and the finals and stuff like that. Last year they won a championship.
Correct.
And had him looking stupid as hell. And then this year, he is talking again about the Warriors. Oh, they didn't stop counting those 4 rings and start competing. You mean the team that's the defending champ? You mean the team that the team that won 4 rings in 8 years? You know how many other team won more than 1 ring in the last 8 years? 0. Because after them, the other 4 winners, Cavs in 2016, Raptors in 2019, right. Lakers 2020, and then the Bucks 2 years ago. Yeah. So we're talking 4 rings in 8 years. 2 of them back to back in 17 and 18, and then 1 in 20. I'm like, and you talking about stop counting those rings and start competing. And the reason why that hypocritical, like that hypocritical ass take is so stupid is because whenever there's guys from the Boston Celtics get together, we know what team I'm talking about. When that 08 team get together, they could be getting together for a drink. They could be going to dinner together. These guys sit there and take,
the best. We made LeBron quit. We did
all the
this.
photo ops. So that's what brothers do. Brothers get together. When you win a championship with your brothers. I'm like, y'all been milking this shit for 2 decades, damn near. But you want the Warriors to stop talking about the 4 rings they've won, 4 in the last 8 years. One of which was last year.
Right. That ring got Paul Pierce saying he's better than D Wade.
And
That's what that ring did.
that ring got Paul Pierce saying a whole lot. That
Yo,
ring got
didn't Paul Pierce just get fried by Richard Jefferson?
Richard Jefferson fried him.
You got to see me, bro. You have to see me.
He did it so politely too. He's like, "Hey, am I better than Paul Pierce? Absolutely not. Way better than me. Comparing me to Paul Pierce, like comparing Paul Pierce to D Wade." I was like, the shade from that bald-headed nigga, like the shade. And then and they're talking about, oh yeah, it was sweet every time, 40, sweet. And then Richard Jefferson's like, bro, like I'll go back and check the records. We whooped y'all last like 10 out of 11 times.
Bruh,
We knocked
10
out
out
the
of
playoffs
11 is fucking
2 of those
crazy.
times.
It's
I'm
fucking
like,
crazy to me.
I was like, how do you get to talk trash about about that? So back to this 08 team.
Oh my God. Wow. You know what,
Roy?
Day
We will
one.
get to that. We will get to that one.
I'm just gonna answer the question to you for right now. Day one, like it didn't actually. It made it past. Sorry, it made it past the first day, and then day two just was the end of it. But day one, it was almost done. Like it was almost broken, and then day two just it got fried. So that's it. That's the answer, I guess. I don't want to talk about college hoops right now. I'm pissed.
No. So then Kendrick Perkins. First of all, every time Kendrick Perkins come on television now, I'm like, dude. Every time I want to agree with you on something, you go ahead and follow it with something so stupid that it's like, don't get me wrong. There's nobody I agree with 100%. Hell, disagree with myself sometimes, and I'm the one making the opinion. So it's like, but
I disagree with you a lot. But go ahead.
You say what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah, you disagree with me a lot. I know it's fine. It's fine. I mean, that it works. But no, but it's like, so to have some of these takes, right? And he's talking about, oh yeah, they didn't stop counting those 4 wins and compete, bro. They won just last year. Tell me one time they would ever tell a team that just won last year. So oh yeah, stop talking about the championship. The championship you won 6 months ago. And yeah, let's focus. Well, 9 months ago, but like, let's not focusing on that and focus on right now. It's like, bro,
you know what I want to say, just to add to this, is I think I'm kind of glad that Michael Jordan didn't play now, that he didn't play in the social media era, because I feel like a lot of the dumbest takes in sports are in this social media era. Then again, you would have to read a newspaper to see some of the dumb takes that happened back then, right? At that point. But now every take is full blast in front of you all the time. If it's on a TV show, you're gonna catch the replay on Twitter, TikTok. If it's on, someone tweets it. Every take is full blast now, and I just know. Oh my goodness. I don't want to talk about college hoops, I promise. But yes, I did. I just know for a fact that none of those, like some of those players, again, that played 80s, 90s basketball, if this was happening then, I think they would have seen a lot of these people in real life. I don't know. I think that a lot of them, again, were 9-to-5 workers and were playing basketball because
okay. No,
imagine you come back after your 5 o'clock job to do your second job.
80s and 90s. Cut it out.
Okay, my bad. Okay, 70s.
That was 60s, bro.
60s, right? But like,
Will Chamberlain was a pimp by day and a basketball player by night.
Bruh, like you would, and I feel like you would have to see me if you say some dumb shit like that. But the other part of it, right, for Kendrick Perkins to shut up, right, is honestly, you said it. There's sometimes he says some things and you're like, oh, but like 2.5 milliseconds right after that, he's saying the dumbest shit in the world. How do you tell someone who had been present? Again, it's different if in those 4 championship wins, Clay wasn't present. Clay was present for most of them, if not all of them.
He was present for all 4 of those championship rings.
Boom.
He was
present on the court, had a presence. He did things. If anyone is allowed to do this, it's him. It's him. And I don't understand why you would sit down and tell somebody not to do that. I don't get it. I think it's the dumbest thing in the world. This is a team that is in the conversation of basketball dynasties. Like
Yes.
there's not a lot of basketball dynasties if we're being very honest. I mean, the Lakers, the Celtics,
The Bulls.
the Bulls.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. That's the crazy thing.
the Spurs.
Okay, you can count the Spurs because the
Yeah, well,
Spurs,
5, right?
from like 96 to like 2016, they never missed a playoff. 5
Right.
championships during that time. They never went back to back, but they won in 99, 03,
Yeah,
05,
and they were
07, and in
beating they were beating
2013,
like they were beating
2014. I
like
mean, yeah.
the guys who were supposed to like
Oh yeah.
this is the preseason winner for how every sports fucking talking head does preseason. This is the person that we have going. Never
Yeah.
were the Spurs. Like it's crazy how the Spurs almost were never a preseason pick to win it all, but they ended up doing it 5 times
Yeah.
in that many years. So there are not that many basketball dynasties. So when you're talking basketball dynasties, 4 out of 8, this is them. If like this is a team you could prop into that conversation. I'm not necessarily giving it to them. I'm saying you could prop them into
Yeah.
that conversation, and you can have an actual real debate on that. You can have an actual real debate on that, and I think certain people just again, you said it again, it's for ratings because it doesn't say that if everyone is for the lack of a if everyone is on the if everyone is doing this to Golden State, it
Yeah.
doesn't make for great TV. Someone has to
No,
be
no,
the guy
no,
against
no.
them.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm
somebody
thinking
has to
is,
be.
yeah.
No, no.
I
I
just
think
wish it wasn't Cape. I just wish it wasn't Kendrick. I wish it was someone.
listen,
I would. Mm.
I would say every group needs a moron, and ESPN found theirs in Kendrick Perkins. So,
And he's making
why not
money being
utilize
dumb,
him?
but hey,
Hmm?
I ain't mad at him though,
I
because I
mean,
know when
again,
he goes home,
you say
he's like,
what?
damn. I know when he goes home, he's like, damn. I said something dumb today, didn't I? But guess what? I mean, filet mignon. So fuck that.
Bro, that man's over here like that man has chef coming to his house,
Right. That man is eating
soon to eat.
good.
So I'm like, yo,
Of some dumbass takes. He's like, what you need me to say this week? Let me see the script. No, we're talking about the NBA script, the NBA analyst script. Let me see the script. Oh, I gotta say
like
this.
it's like,
Oh, the
damn,
check.
that's
I
wild.
bet I'll say it.
He
It's
goes,
like, oh,
oh no, no, no. What will happen is, they send him a script. He look at it, he goes, nah, that's wild. How do you like? You can That doesn't even make any sense. They're like, bro. They're like, oh yeah. And the very next email is the check. He goes, all right, got it.
I say
So
less. I mean, right. Speaking of dynasties, I think this is one that is like really for discussion. I just mentioned them. We're talking about Clay, Steph, and the boys. Like,
mhm.
are they a dynasty? Do they need one more?
Do they
You know
need
what?
one more?
This is fucking right. ESPN, they do.
Yeah,
They do.
yeah.
Because Stephen A. Smith got first take for himself. He's had a plethora of dumb takes. Skip Bayless got that show.
Skip Bayless owns Fox Sports now because of his history of dumb takes.
Colin Coward, dumb
Colin,
takes, got his
Colin
own show.
Cowherd.
Like there's so like I wish we could just make this show, and just do dumb takes all day, and we will go viral. And next thing you know, we're getting paid, right? And I wouldn't feel bad. I absolutely would
So
not feel bad. But
Mo,
I think you
is
wouldn't
this
want to do that.
is this
I know you wouldn't want to do that. But I'm thinking about it. I think like for maybe the next couple of weeks, I'm just gonna come on here and just say some dumb wild shit in hopes to go viral. And then
so hold
somebody's
on.
gonna find this episode and they're gonna know that I'm doing it to go viral.
Hold on. This is why we should have talked about this afterwards
Right. I
because
messed up.
I
Yeah,
mean, listen, if
it's on recording. I'm just gonna go pull this episode down. Like, there's no episode 37. Like the fuck. If I say some wild shit in the next couple of weeks that goes viral, I am taking this episode down.
bro, that's a fact. No, Roy,
That's a
you're
fact.
100% right on that one.
You can't
So
like
because it seems like
Shannon Sharp should have knocked Skip Bayless out on multiple occasions. But
bro,
you can't.
year
You're not doing
one,
that.
year one, he should put hands on him because Skip has so many dumb takes. and
Yeah.
87% of them are about LeBron. 87% of them.
Some of them about KD. He has some KD takes, but see the difference is KD will respond to him on social media and they'll go back and forth for a little bit.
That's
But
true. That's true.
that's the
LeBron,
difference.
LeBron don't acknowledge his
LeBron
existence.
treats him like gum on the bottom of your shoe. It
No,
irritates
because
you. It
no,
irritates you, but you're just so busy and you're so in a hurry. If you're in the city, if you're in a hurry, you're not dealing with the gum
fair,
until you get to the
fair,
train, right? Or you
fair,
get to
fair.
somewhere you can sit down. If you're walking, I stepped on gum, I bet I'm just keep going. As long as my music is in my head, I'm
I'm
great.
chilling. Yeah.
Once you get to your destination, promise you, once LeBron retires, Skip Bayless is
Then,
gonna send him a
yo,
basket with a fruit
first of
basket
all,
and a thank you note.
when
Thank you so much for my career.
LeBron retires, he's gonna make a special 3-hour episode on the shop about Skip Bayless.
Oh
And when
man,
he does,
I definitely tune in for that.
Skip Bayless is gonna have the biggest orgasm of his life.
LeBron responded to me type shit. But
he's gonna
yeah,
have the he's gonna have one that he's been holding on to for 20 something years.
bruh,
He's gonna release that one finally, and at that moment, Skip Bayless' life will be complete. He'll be
I
like,
think
you know
so.
what? He'll be
I
like, you
think
know what?
so.
I've done
I've done,
everything I
and
need
he
to
might
do.
retire from sports
He's like,
entertainment.
at this point, what does he need? What can he get that
Oh my
achieves past
god,
that?
I think he owes LeBron like a fruit basket and a thank you note.
Well, first
I
of
just
all,
think so.
if
So,
Skip
but
were to ever have kids, he should have named his kids after LeBron. But since he
yeah,
didn't,
LeBron James
yeah,
Jr., LeBron James
exactly.
Jr. the second, LeBron James Jr. the fourth.
No, he needs to follow the pattern of how LeBron named his kids. LeBron James Jr., Bronny, oh no, Bryce James,
Bryce James.
Bryce James, and then what's the daughter's name?
I
Serenity.
bruh, something names.
It's something with an S. I'm like,
Mhm.
I was like, so, and then at this point, like tell your wife to change her name to change your wife to change her name
Ooh.
to Savannah.
This is a good.
Because
I actually think LeBron James can act. Okay, Space Jam is not his filmography. It's just a bad one. Like, if we're being honest, right? Again, I'm not even being, as Wetson would say, whatever.
a
But
bronsexual.
I'm not though. Have you seen Trainwreck? He's in
I
Trainwreck,
did.
and
It was not
he was
good.
pretty decent.
It was
He was pretty
alright,
decent.
bro. You see the things though. His thing, we're judging him as an athlete that act. If he was just an actor that popped up on screen and with that
Well, that's
performance,
different. If he was
we'd be
an
like,
actor, that'd be his career, and I know he'd knock it out the park.
okay,
I
but
just
guess
feel
what?
like
But guess what? But
LeBron
guess what? But
James
guess what?
can knock everything he does out the park, respectfully.
That's called being a bronsexual because
But
there's no
anyways,
proof of that.
the question is, does he go ESPN analyst money? I don't
Absolutely
think so.
not.
I don't
Because
think so.
no,
I think
no,
LeBron is
because
Hollywood. He's
because
Hollywood.
not only that, but like he's surpassed ESPN. Like he's beyond
Yeah.
ESPN now. Like
I
LeBron
mean,
is the
the
brand.
shop, right? The
Yeah.
shop is a crazy concept.
Yeah,
That
and
is
yeah, exactly. And when you could do that with like just your friends around, and your productions, your conversations, your topics, like whatever you decide, like you run this, like
right.
why would you go? Why would you go to
Yeah.
ESPN and tell them like no?
That's hustling backwards.
Exactly.
I feel like there's not enough money. I don't think there's enough money for them to give him do that. I don't think
exactly.
so.
No, I don't think so either.
He would be the Robert Downey Jr. Endgame, Infinity Wars of sports, of literally all the channels, because they would have to back up a Brinks truck or a couple Brinks trucks with gold, not money, to get him to do that.
Yeah, of course. So because of that, it's like no, I don't think he's gonna.
Yeah,
do
but
that.
I think he's Hollywood. I think he's gonna go into a lot more. He's gonna focus more on producing like a lot of projects, a lot of movies, documentaries, and he's also said he wants to do that. So yes, he does buy into a team.
Yeah.
Now I don't know which one. What if he buys into the Cleveland Cavaliers? Nah, what if he buys into the Cleveland Cavaliers? Oh, that would be petty.
That would be very petty. But also, I don't know if he does Cleveland Cavaliers, because as much as he loves telling you that he's the kid from Akron, he's past Akron now. He's listen, bro.
It's also Cleveland, bro. Like no.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, bro. Like let's get real. What is that? What am I gonna do in Cleveland? Like,
I'll tell you though, if LeBron wasn't playing, I think he would be into Charlotte. And I think here's my reasoning. I think it would be I can run this organization, or I can help run this organization better than the other guy did, and cement myself.
But But you know
as
what's crazy
better
about
than the other.
but
Go ahead.
but you know what's crazy though? But you know what's crazy about that though? I'm like, I feel like him doing that would do him a disservice. Because
It could
at
go
this, because
it could go either way
no,
though.
because okay, no, I'm saying I feel like he will be doing him a disservice because at this point
Right.
it almost seems like I'm going to do everything I can to prove to you that I'm the best. I'm the best guy.
But
Meanwhile,
hear me out.
meanwhile, no, hold on. Because meanwhile, things was like for the people who believe he's the best,
Mhm.
there's no need to have the discussion. They already
Correct.
agree. The ones who
Correct.
don't,
Me.
there's nothing you could do to convince him otherwise. So at
Yes,
this
and if he
point,
does
don't.
that to them, the
It'll be
conversation will be,
like,
oh, he has to do this, right? But think
yeah,
about it.
because
To the ones that don't buy into him already, this is what's
mhm,
going to happen. No, the ones that actually buy into him, so it could go one of either way. That
mhm,
conversation could be, he's like, imagine he gets Charlotte, and
mhm,
like the second year they make a deep playoff run. What is
mhm.
the conversation then?
LeBron's the GM. The GM is
Legit.
actually good.
Utah Jazz.
Uh, okay, LeBron's too Hollywood for Utah Jazz. Like he's
Right, like
too Hollywood for that.
maybe Portland. Sure, nah, Nike's never gonna let that happen. Charlotte needs a new name. What his name is cursed. Here we go. See, this is one way the conversation will go. Right here we go with LeBron trying to beat MJ on the same team. I
Like I
guess
said,
so.
bro, the way the conversation
And
would
then
go is like there's no no because it would seem like he's trying so hard to prove
no. I
that
get that. I get
like
that.
and
100%. I was
and
just
yeah
throwing that out.
yeah and the whole thing is like like for example like I think was it after his last championship in 2020 and he goes yeah put some respect on my name. It's like bro, you're LeBron James. You've been at this game 17 years. You're at the time damn near the all-time leading scorer. Before that, you were like number 3 at the time. You had 4 MVPs, 4 championship at that moment.
Which I know
It's like
4 championship MVPs as well. Like
yeah,
you're the guy. There's
it's
respect.
like it's like
I feel like
it's like
the,
so
th-
then,
the,
so then, so then, so then, so like you coming out and saying, "Oh, put some respect on my name." It's like, bro,
I,
relax, like
I
get
get
over
it.
yourself a little bit. Hmm? No,
No. He doesn't need to get of himself.
why
LeBron
not?
does not. Listen. There, like it's like Steph when he hits a shot and he does the night thing. Like why? Like why does he have to do it? Because he's fucking Steph Curry. Like why are we? See, my thing is, I'm never gonna tell anybody to get over themselves. If you're like, if you decide to moonwalk in the end zone because like you are untouchable, do it. If you're gonna gritty in the end zone, do it. Bron, Guangdong Tigers.
That's funny.
Okay. Let's get into the next conversation we're gonna have. Was the what was it again? I started it already, and then we got sidetracked a little bit.
Which one was it?
The
Oh, the Warriors
the
dynasty thing.
Warriors, are they a dynasty?
Yes, I say yes
What's
because
okay?
mhm,
So hold on. What's your
mhm.
stipulation for a dynasty then?
excellence over a long period of time.
So it's not three back to
Over
back,
mhm.
not
No, but I'm saying
three
okay.
like straight. Because I think 3 straight helps.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying dynasty is like I say excellence over a period of time. For example, right? The Bulls won.
That's an actual team. Ni hao.
Um,
It didn't
when
get
Mo
Chuck
gets
canceled. It didn't get
when
Chuck canceled. It
when
didn't
Mo
get
gets canceled, I'm gonna start this podcast, with like Earth2SportsTalk with Weds and whoever else I joined me
what?
because
Not me. You know what? Then I'm just you know what? I'm gonna always ask to be in your podcast, so now I can start making like bad, horrible takes, just so I can help you go viral. But I will be the one that people are gonna want to talk to. So it's all good.
and you know what's gonna happen?
What?
People are gonna be reaching out to me every email, every comment, like, why do you have this idiot on? Do you hear the things you
But
say? I'm
think
like,
about it though. You're gonna go viral. People are gonna be commenting. It's gonna blow up.
I
Thanks to
know,
my
and that's
dumb
what I'm saying.
takes.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, when they sending me the email, I have to pretend like, oh, really? It wasn't that bad of a take. In my head, I'm like, I know it's a terrible take, but guess what? It's working.
Okay, there we go.
The Warriors
I
have
guess
3 players that win championships in the same team. Yeah, but I'm not gonna say. I say yes because again, 4 championships. Okay, 4 championships in 8 years. No other team in that span have won more than one. In fact, no other team since 2013 have won more than one. And which is when the Miami Heat won 2012, 2013. That was the last time any team went back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but like I said, that amount of championships, that spirit of time, and we're talking about a team that gets underestimated. That got underestimated, a couple of times. When they first, even when they first made the finals in 2015, people underestimated them. They're like, nah, like we don't. So we're talking a team that has
Were they the underdog? Were they the underdog? Dog day? I don't remember.
No, yeah, they were the underdog.
Because so you're saying even with Kyrie and K-Love out, they were still the underdog.
Because first of all, we're talking about LeBron fresh out of Miami. LeBron into Cleveland. The prodigal son has returned. Like LeBron was the favorite because at the time, even though Steph had won MVP, they're like, those two light skinned guys could shoot, but that's it. So that Anthony, in his defense, his name is drunk. So
Wow.
I mean, we can expect a couple of spelling errors. So yeah, like I was saying though, I say definitely they are a dynasty because either Drunk or Anthony just said it. They're like, yo, the Warriors are the best or the best team that some generations that I've seen play. And we're not talking about like young guys who 9-10 years old watching basketball. We're talking about guys who's teenagers, and aside from Miami, like who had a decent run, but by their standard and by what they were hoping for, underperformed. The Warriors, on the other hand, have overperformed. Even when even people talking about oh man, Draymond Green wouldn't be anything if he played in another team. Oh, Clay's not really that good of a second guy. Steph is overrated. People have said all those things about them. What do? They say okay, they go out and get guys that nobody else is looking for. When they go and get Gary Payton II, when they went and got
Kuminga.
Yeah, when they got Kuminga, before that, when they played, when they got Barbosa in 2015 or 16, 2015, when they had Barbosa, they're like, bro, Barbosa was relevant 8-9 years ago. We don't care.
Yeah.
And they went and got David West, on one of the years. This is a team that
got AI. They got Andre Iguodala.
So
who I think at the time was on the downside of his. I feel like they brought his career back.
No. He was definitely on the downside because we're talking Iguodala was a thing in 2009, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Iguodala was like. Was like, oh man, that's when they looked at him that way. So because of that, it's like this team has constantly, that has done more. Yeah, no. So no, absolutely. So because of that, it's like you can't say you cannot sit here and say the Warriors are not a dynasty. One question I will have for you though.
This is a funny comment though because it's the second part or someone that jumps teams to win a ring. But anyways, go ahead, finish your question because
Anthony's being petty because
jump teams to win a ring is to me means you never play out your contract. Like you never fulfill your obligations with the team. That's what jump teams to me means.
At the same time, Mo, you're also a bronsexual, so you're very biased on that.
Okay, then what about this guy?
Hmm?
What about this guy?
OKD? Oh, first of all, I have no respect for the way he's been bouncing around.
Okay, so now there are two different things here.
Okay, but hold on. But you see the things though, I'm definitely on par with my takes on that. Cause I'm on par with my takes on that because I don't favor one person. I'm not okay with one person doing it and the other person is not.
So
also,
what did he do that was bad?
Hold on. No. I didn't say anything was bad. I'm simply saying that it looks a lot of times, and especially when it comes to sports, perception is reality when it comes to sports because it's all about who controls the narrative, right? It just looks like you are a mercenary. You go somewhere because, for example, right? One thing that people have said about him, I don't necessarily agree, but you can see how they come up with the conclusion. They say that whenever LeBron leaves a team, he leaves a team basically poor, like we're talking like we're talking no draft picks. We're talking like like he said, like without a foreseeable future for at least a couple of years, because in order to get him on that team, or in order to get him what he want on that team, they had to trade away picks. They had to in order to get him the guy that he wanted, right? So
Okay.
which hold on, which the things though, when you're LeBron James, because first of all, if I'm LeBron James, I'm in that position. I will tell you, I don't care. Listen, like clear out the bench, empty, fill up a break truck, like do what the fuck I say. If I'm him, I'm definitely doing that. But what I'm saying though is
you telling me the last 2 years of Kobe's lifespan as a Lakers fan wasn't almost on par as the same thing? He said at that point, Kobe was like, "I've played, I've given everything. Now I want to make money."
Yeah, exactly. So like I said,
and your whatever you want to do.
No. So like I said, so for example,
Superstars get superstar treatment.
Hold on. I understand it. If I was in this position, I would definitely, I would definitely tell you, do what I say, or else I'm not coming here. Because guess what? Him being here means your team automatically is in the
Preseason
playoffs.
favorites.
No, is in the playoffs for sure. We're talking,
Right.
damn near finals. We're talking the amount of money your team will make on a nightly basis because my name is on the roster,
Bruh.
is enough to make you do what I say. So I'm not saying, I'm not saying, he shouldn't do that or anything like that. What I am saying is, once you do that, you have to live with whatever is said about you. You
Okay,
cannot
so
be like,
let's put a pin. Let's put a
Yeah.
pin on that conversation right there, because I think we're gonna do an episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
The legacy of King James. We're gonna do that episode. So let's save that.
Yeah.
Because I have a rebuttal, and I feel like if I do that, then we're gonna go back and forth. And
No. You can say what you want. You can say what you want to say. I'm just going to leave that for now. Yeah.
No, we're gonna lose the conversation. But this is something.
Okay. This is first come from what I've heard. KD going to the Warriors might be a disservice to the Warriors' legacy. For me, it's not a disservice to the Warriors' legacy.
It just does nothing for me.
No, I'm saying, for me, it's not a disservice to their legacy at all, because I'm looking at it like, if once the KD left, the Warriors became a complete trash franchise and they never won anything ever again.
That's gonna be a 2-hour episode, so get your popcorn ready.
Anthony is a hater, and I love it. Like, I love it.
And that's why I'm gonna make that episode 3 hours. Get your popcorn ready. Make sure you pause to go pee. You're gonna take pre-breaks and everything.
Anthony, here's why. Listen, you're a hater, and I love it because here's why.
He's consistent though.
No, he is, and I love it, and that's what I'm saying. I love it because guess what? I spent 16 years slandering LeBron every chance I get. 16 years, right?
They didn't.
No, hold on. I spent 16 years slandering LeBron. Fast forward to 2019, he joins my team.
They are.
When I tell you, they are right now. I think they're number 10, so they're gonna make the play in, and they didn't. I think they're number 10 or 9. But the thing is,
they're gonna be in the play-in.
Between like number 9 and number 4 right now is like 2 games apart. So as of right
now,
now,
the West is looking.
The West is loaded right now.
Different, yeah.
Every team is looking right now, because even like you look at the West, Minnesota's like number 5 or number 4 now. So the West is looking like and Clippers is looking good. Denver is wilding, and we didn't even mention like Memphis, or Warriors if they make a good run. Like, so there's a lot happening in the West.
I mean, Portland's about to shut, but the one thing though, Portland's about to shut down what's his face.
Dame for the year.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 10 games left. Sit him down. Give him an early vacation. He's earned it. The man has been shooting from the logo for y'all for 10 years. Give him a break.
I don't know if he's earned it, but
he hasn't earned it. Who else has made Portland worthy of a competition for the last
I mean, that's fine, but I don't know if he's earned it. That's all I'm saying.
How has he not earned it?
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. I just feel like
who's done more for Portland since Clyde Drexler?
That's fine.
Okay, so
that is okay. The Lakers are number 11. Anthony, chill out.
Okay,
well, they're out because Utah.
Oh yeah,
they lost 2 games. They lost that one game, so they're kind of out of it. But I think they're still in there in the mix.
Okay, but back to the Warriors. The KD going to the Warriors. The reason I don't think it's a disservice to them, because guess what? The team was still the team. KD didn't come there, dictate how things are gonna go, and then bounce. Like the other guy.
KD couldn't do it. KD couldn't do it.
Exactly. Right?
KD has not been able to do it though. KD's just been there to win championships, but he's never been the guy to come in and change things.
Yeah, because he's
robbing.
not that guy. He's not that guy. I said this already. I've said this already. And
He's a bus rider, not a bus driver.
That was the reason. That's the reason why him and Westbrook wouldn't work, because Westbrook should have been Robin, but he was playing Batman, and KD should have been Batman. He was playing Robin. There was too much confusion in there. So which is the same thing that happened in Miami Heat the first year LeBron went there with him and D Wade. He's like, Bron's like, "Bro, wait, this is your team." We was like, "Bro, you're the best player here." Like, and then just like that.
Yeah, and then there was no chemistry. They figured it out really quick though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
they figured it out quick.
Yeah.
So KD could never figure it out.
Last thing I would say I would go back to to the Warriors.
No,
thing.
He's not. No, he's not. No,
but the last thing I was gonna say about the Warriors though, and KD going there don't do anything for them. Do you know the entire time KD was on the team, Steph was still the leading scorer?
Yeah. I mean,
do you know that
he took a lot of pressure off.
Yeah. Steph played more games. The team had a system that made life for KD so much easier, to the point where when the playoff came around, they're like,
that's
"Bro."
The point.
Yeah, so it's like, so by the time playoff came around, they're like, "KD, bro, it's the finals. We've carried you all taking out loud. So Kyrie not great without LeBron. I mean, Kyrie
this is good.
Kyrie's not great without LeBron. KD and Robin, but he's Nightwing.
Okay,
I like that
Dick
one.
Grayson.
I like
okay,
that one. I like that one. Yes, I like that one though. But yeah,
he's
so
Batman light. He's Batman light. Diet Batman. Batman without a cape.
So I don't think he did the service to them because the team was still KD just went there. That's it.
Yeah, he just went there. But to answer the question that was posed, yes, they are a dynasty. Like, it takes, as you said, a lot for a team to be in a position to where you mention them year round, right? As long as Steph is on the team, as long as Clay's on the team, damn it, as long as Draymond's on the team, that team is poised to go.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then Andre Iguodala has played through all of those. I mean, he was their first Finals MVP, all because he guarded LeBron. Like, that is that
is still that Finals MVP is still debatable, but we don't need to get into this right now because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, again, that would be an episode of the legacy of King James.
Yeah, so so because of that,
3-hour episode, by the way.
You say what? 3 hour?
Yeah, 3-hour episode.
So
yes.
I promise you, I'm not sitting here for 3 hours talking about LeBron. I promise you, I'm not doing this.
I'm gonna edit it's gonna look like a fucking documentary by the time we're done. It's gonna be one of the best episodes we've ever done. I promise you. Yeah, let's keep it cooking. We're talking about the playoffs, and we kind of that came up. The playoff stand right now, as it looks on the Eastern Conference side. You have Milwaukee at number 1 clinched, Boston at number 2 clinched, Philly, Cleveland, New York, Brooklyn, 2 New York teams, Miami, Atlanta, Toronto, Chicago in the play-in running right now with 10 games left. Washington is right at number 11, and then Indiana, Orlando, Charlotte, and Detroit. Who do you have? Okay, do we debate the play-in teams, or do you just want to go ahead and say who do you feel is coming out of the East?
I mean, okay, out the East, the only option for me at the East is Boston or Milwaukee.
Wow,
I don't trust Anthony just said it. I don't trust Philly. I told you I don't trust Philly before.
Right?
Like, to me, they're just a very good regular season team. When it matters, they won't do nothing. Because it seems like nobody, none of those guys, or the kind of guys who, I remember when Milwaukee was down, and they were talking about how Giannis, he was missing free throws and stuff like that. Giannis said, "Okay, cool." He fixed it literally the next game, right?
Bruh.
And I don't see anybody in Philly that will do that. Not Harden, not Embiid,
not even the prospective MVP.
Not even because Embiid, okay. Some MVPs you see that had to be earned a little bit more than others. And I feel like even if Embiid won this MVP, it's like, yeah, he played. I'm like, have you seen a major difference in Embiid 5 years ago versus now?
I mean, he is literally about to be the MVP of the league.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, in terms of his game, like in terms of what is his game, his attitude, his leadership, like have you seen a major difference in him? Not
Mm,
really.
not really.
He's just been exactly who he is. So it's like, and some guys on the other hand, when they like in order to go to the next level, in order to achieve the next step, you have to go to the next level,
Mhm.
and it doesn't seem like he's doing that. He just seems like he's just being like, for example, scoring, he becoming a little bit more efficient at it. He's doing a little bit more. Like
I wish
rebounding,
he'd
he's always doing
rebound
that. Like,
more.
and it's like I'm like, so it's
I
like,
wish he'd rebound more.
but
God damn it.
you can't rebound when
Messing up my fucking parlays.
but you can't rebound when you're not under the basket. So because of that, it's like so as far as
You know,
as far as coming out of the East, the only team I see coming out of the East legit is Boston or Milwaukee.
all right.
And
But let's talk about the
and
West then.
okay, the
Let's
West.
talk about the West.
Go ahead and start.
Denver, Memphis, Sacramento, Phoenix, the Clips, Golden State, Dallas, Minnesota, Oklahoma, Utah. Lakers at number 11, New Orleans at 12, Portland 13, San Antonio 14. Yikes. Houston at 15. I guess in the West, I guess the race for what's his name? Wembanyama is is really what's kin, because I think Detroit might actually draft him, which is gonna be crazy. Because I mean, okay, so the three teams that might be in the what's it called? In
In the top
will
of
be
the draft, yeah.
it will be Detroit, San Antonio, and Houston, and then they have to do the lottery to see who
Yeah.
gets to pick number one. That's gonna be fucking hilarious, bro. But yeah, in the West,
So as far as the West go, okay. As far as the West go,
oof,
I don't believe in Memphis.
I don't believe in Denver.
I believe in Denver more than I believe in Memphis.
I don't believe in Denver though. I mean, we can't believe in Memphis without Ja Wick, but like um I mean, he might be coming back, but I don't believe in Denver, and I don't know why. Denver dropped like four games,
Hmm.
right? Or like the last what?
Okay. My surprising pick out of the West though is Sacramento. Not coming out of the
Ooh,
West, but I'm a surprising pick in the West in terms of like I think they could actually make a good playoff run. Like win the first round. You know, take the second round to a to a decisive like game seven type of thing. But
you've been talking about Sacramento for a while though.
yeah, because
You've
like
really been. I don't know. You've
because
jumped on that bandwagon. That's kind of
I'm
crazy.
watching. I've been because the things are like okay,
But who do you
unlike
have coming out? I think the answer is really, really who do you. I think you're trying to do all this so you don't have to answer who you have coming out.
coming out of
The
the West.
West. It's so crazy, isn't it? Because I think
Okay
Phoenix is coming out.
for me it's Phoenix and Denver.
Wow. Okay. I don't believe in Denver. I think it's Phoenix. Oh my god.
I think
Oh
Denver.
my.
I think Denver is finally in a place now where their team is like
You think they figured it out?
I think they figured it out because again, I think like 3 years ago, in the bubble when
Mhm.
Jamal Murray and had like that wild playoff run, and then he
Yeah.
got injured. It's like I feel like after that, did the following year there was no Jamal Murray. Michael Porter was trying to figure himself out, and the same thing for last year. But I think this year, all three guys are here. All three guys are playing well. All three guys are healthy.
Okay.
I think Denver like because they play what poised enough, to the point where I'm like I feel like if Jokic can do what Jokic do for 3.5 quarters, and then come crunch time when Jamal Murray needs to start cooking and Michael Porter needs to step up because I don't think because Jokic is not a closer.
Mhm.
I don't think he's the type he's that guy. He don't got that like, give me the ball, I'm gonna handle it type of thing. So, but I think Phoenix and Denver come out of the West.
I like Phoenix to come out the West, and I think
Yeah,
we haven't really seen Phoenix at full power,
yeah,
and that's all I'm waiting to see. I think at full power, Phoenix is unbeatable.
yeah.
Um, and they're probably going to get better or full power before they get into the playoffs. Let's call out another trash analyst. I think this is the craziest one because all the trashest analysts are former players. Gilbert Arenas said there's nothing MVP like about Joel Embiid. I have a problem with that. I actually have a problem with that. Can we stop talking about college hoops? Like seriously, I want to be done talking about college hoops. Like seriously, it's not funny. You know what? I'm done. The podcast is over. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We will catch you on the next episode. Peace. Like I didn't come here for this. I really didn't. I took time out of my day to talk sports. And what's really going on?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's funny? Anyways. Embiid is my MVP, right? We almost had a conversation last week, but there are people who don't believe in Joel Embiid as the MVP for the season, and I don't get it. I really don't.
What was his logic again? What's his logic again?
There's nothing MVP. Oh, my logic for Joel Embiid being the MVP or Arenas. My logic for Joel.
No, not Joel Embiid. We could see that one, bro. He's averaging, he's the leading scorer at the end of the league, averaging over 33 a game. Like we see the argument for MVP. Your point for Arenas.
I think it annoys me because you played the game. So how can you say you see nothing MVP like about him? I mean, what is he not a leader? Like, what is it? Like the team goes how he goes. Like, literally, I mean, and being the leading scorer of the league is something to me. I don't know about you though, so I don't know.
I kind of agree with Arenas.
Oh shit! No. Go ahead. I mean, my bad. I didn't mean to do that.
I did say.
I swear I didn't mean to do that. I promise.
No. It's fine, bro.
I did mean to do that.
Bro,
I did mean to do that.
Bro, we spent our days arguing on like 4 different platforms. Like so.
I gotta tell the people our business. No, go ahead, man, because we're close to the end of this anyways.
All right. So the reason why I say that is for the same thing I said earlier. Like, as far as Embiid go, you haven't seen a major progression in him in terms of like leading, being a leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even like he seems like he's a guy like he gets emotional, but not in a good way.
100% last year, yes.
Yeah, like he gets emotional, but not in a good way. He doesn't get emotional like, let's rally the team. He gets emotional like, oh man, like this, like yo. He seems like
it's a point to your MVP voting. It's like, okay, so he's leading because what why are you giving it to Joker then? Because he gets a triple double machine? Like, stop it. Go ahead.
No. Embiid to me is very passive. Very, very passive in terms of like, no, he's a passive type of player. And it's like, for example, like I think if Embiid plays to his potential, there's nobody that could there's nothing you could do to guard him. But Embiid will be the type that, like game coming down towards the end, and they give him the ball and he's sitting at the wing pulling a fadeaway jump shot with a smaller guy on him. It seems like all those things seems like, bro, like why are you like this? Like, like so for me, like it's I don't know. He's very passive to me. He seems like he seems like a guy who just like he's like, oh, I like playing basketball, so I'm gonna play basketball. Like he's very good at it. It's like, all right, cool, but it's like he doesn't seem like he can rally a team. He doesn't seem like he could be the guy, and that's why him and Harden seem like I'm like, bro, both of you guys are exactly the same player. Like, I mean, y'all just really good at basketball, but none of y'all leading the team anywhere.
I mean, that's fair, I guess. I can't argue with that.
I think that's my reasoning. So when I say I kind of agree with Arenas, that's what I mean by it. I didn't hear his whole point. I just heard him say, like, so I don't know what he said about it.
I guess that makes sense. Makes sense. So I'm just gonna drop it there. But Embiid is my MVP, so I don't.
Really no. If you win MVP, it's absolutely deserved.
Before we go, anytime we talk about the New York Knicks in the last 30 episodes. Every time we've talked about the New York Knicks, it's been about one person.
Who's that?
Jeremy fucking Lin, man. What are you talking? Like, why would you even ask? What kind of question is who's that? But like,
I was hoping you'd
never,
you drop
never,
a new conversation.
The Knicks GOAT? Are you kidding me? Like Jeremy Lin, bro. Come on.
What?
The Knicks, the GOAT of the Knicks, the greatest player ever for that organization. I'm not looking at whatever you're showing me, but no, let's talk
about 8 games. That's
doesn't matter. He made the Knicks. He made the Knicks. That's all I'm saying. Jeremy Lin made the Knicks. Anyways, moving on. But it brings me much joy to talk about this New York team and talk about this New York player, Julius Randle, and the fact that he's been on an absolute tear. This is his second 50. He did 57. 2 nights ago?
Was it last night?
Probably was last night.
It was last night. Yeah. Because let me see. Yeah, the Knicks. Wait.
Yeah.
No. It was like 2 nights ago. Yeah, 2 nights ago. Yeah.
Like I thought that was.
Oh no.
Insane.
No. It was last night. Last night. Yep.
Oh yeah, against the Timberwolves. Like, and while he did that, it still didn't help them like win. I think that's unfair when you drop 57 and then there's a player on your team that actually does nothing, scores 0 fucking points. I think that's fucking crazy.
You know that's very unfair. But you know what? I've seen this before. It's called the Lakers. It's called the Lakers from 05 to 08. Like, Kobe played with with the worst of people, where he was averaging 40 for like a month or for like 2 months straight. And Kwame Brown was averaging 3.7 or 3.7 rebound and 9 points. So
Roy's point right now is about Joel Embiid and James Harden leading them to a second round exit. It's so sad because I want Roy to be happy this year in sports because the Eagles, we know how that went. And then
first of all, you can't get me to feel bad for a Philly team. Like you can't.
Well, I tried. I tried. But no, like. What does this performance, where does it rank in terms of like all-time Knicks history? Like obviously Jeremy Lin is number 1, and then like
all right. Well, Mo,
do we end the show now? Do we just end the show? Is it cool?
We end the show now. This
is the bad take. This is the bad take. We're about to go viral. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Mo, for making us go viral. Like I have to give myself a pat on the back. We're going viral because Jeremy Lin is the all-time Knicks great, and then Julius Randle is number 2. So thank you everyone that watched and joined in the debate. We will catch you next week.
I'm fuming right now.
I don't know why. We will catch you next week for an episode with even more bad takes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We'll catch you next week.
Play ball.
So it's not that. That's not what wins you the NBA Finals. It is the smallest edge that wins someone the NBA Finals. And because all these dumb talking heads never done it, they don't understand it. Even the one that has done it don't act like he's done it because he's an idiot and a moron and wasn't really that good of a player. And so I'm talking about Kendrick Perkins, by the way.
Oh, go ahead. Do your little intro.